It's showtime. Ba-da-dum-bum-ba-da. Hello, my fellow YouTubers and subscribers, and welcome to this live stream. So there's been a couple of updates that have come recently. If you're a Disney fan, you'll know because the Disney Expo happened yesterday, I think, or today, depending on your time difference. But I woke up this morning to some news that I didn't expect to wake up to. So it has been confirmed that The Incredibles 3 is now happening. It's in development. It's in the early stages of development. Thank fucking God. Woohoo! I love the first two Incredibles movies. They are amazing films. I love them. The first one is now 20 years old. So it's kind of fortuitous how they've announced the third movie on the 20th anniversary of the first one. It's amazing to think how long ago the first one was. And then the second movie was released 14 years later in 2018. So there was a long time when we thought we were never going to get another Incredibles movie. And then after number 2, we were like, surely there's more. There's got to be more story somewhere. I was convinced they weren't done yet. I thought there's at least one more in this, and thankfully it's confirmed. So Incredibles 3, yeah, amazing. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see what's happening. Brad Bird is definitely directing it, which is brilliant. And the story, we don't know anything about it because it's still in the early stages and there's no actual release date yet, but I'm sure that will come soon. I am going to put a guesstimate and say potentially 2027 because we've got a few other projects in the way. So Toy Story 5 is happening in 2026, which is a couple of years from now. So I would guesstimate and say 2027 summer is when we're going to get the third Incredibles film, which would put the gap of release 9 years after the second film, which is still we've still got quite a long way to wait. But still, it's coming. It's coming, and it's not going to be 14 years, so it's not going to be quite as long to wait as we had to wait last time. So I'm super pleased. I really hope Michael Giacchino comes back to do the music. I really hope that the story is good. I would actually love the story to be set quite a few number of years after the second film, because the second film continued directly after the first movie because of the Underminer cliffhanger at the end of the first film. Then the second film had no choice but to jump straight in with that. So I'm glad they did that. And I just think personally the third movie should revolve around the kids, because we've had the first film was Mr. Incredible's film. The second one was Elastigirl's movie. The third one could be about the kids, but it could be about the kids when they're older. Like, we've seen Jack Jack as a baby quite a lot. I'd like to see an older version of Jack Jack. That would be really cool. And yeah, Super's illegal again. So if they were to put a full stop on the series after the second film, it could still have worked. Of course it could have done. But there's potential for it to go further. I think this will be the last Incredibles film. I think, obviously, the voice actors are getting older. You know, Mr. Incredible's voice actor is not young. So, and I know it's only a voice role, but they want to get things moving. But my predictions, at least in terms of what I want for the story, is I want it to be set a few years after to give the series time to have evolved. And obviously, supers can now reintegrate into society quite harmoniously. So there was a very happy ending to the second film. So where do you go from here? That's my question. I think it could go anywhere. And all the characters we saw in film 2 will probably return, like Void and Screech and Reflux. All of those characters we saw in film 2. But in terms of the actual story, who knows? There could be some commentary on AI, maybe. Again, I know I keep saying this for other things, but AI is such a big thing now. Maybe superheroes will become redundant because of AI technology. I mean, I know technology's already been kind of a thing in this series with Syndrome in the first film, and then the Screenslaver in the second movie. So maybe they will stray away from that. Who knows? But I really don't know where it's going to go. Honestly, this is the first sort of, announcement of the movie. Obviously, without any kind of idea of the plot, we don't have a log line, a poster, a script, or anything at the moment to go on. We just know the same director's coming back. So if it's as good a standard as the first two, then I'll be happy. I think there's a chance that the movie will at least just follow the formula of the first two, in that one of the characters will be at the forefront and the others will be supporting. So the parents might not be featured as much in this one. Bob and Helen might not be in it as much, and maybe it'll be Violet Dash and Jack Jack's movie. Who knows? But yeah, it'll be interesting. So yeah, who knows? But as long as they bring Samuel L. Jackson back as Frozen, yeah. Oh yeah, someone put in the chat already. Where's my super suit? Yes, best line of The Incredibles. But yeah, no, I'm really pumped for this. I'm so glad they've confirmed it because I mean, who the fuck needs Toy Story 5? Get out of that shit. No, we're getting The Incredibles 3. The Incredibles should have been a trilogy a long time ago, but it's happening. It's coming. I am super hyped, and this announcement makes me want to rewatch the first two movies on Disney Plus. They're brilliant. I mean, the first one is 20 years old. That is insane. It's 20 years old. That is absolutely crazy. I mean, wow, that is pretty crazy. This trilogy has had such a gap in between the movies, but you know, let's hope that the third one. I think the third one should be the ending. I think that it should be the last one. I think Pixar should round it off, but obviously, knowing Pixar, they could just go on forever with sequels. I mean, that's what they're doing with Toy Story. So never say die when it comes to that kind of money, because the first two Incredibles movies were some of the highest grossing animated movies ever made, with like over $1 billion between them. And I think as well, hadn't it was their intention to make us wait a bit because they knew that the first two were really loved. And the first one, obviously, they hadn't planned Incredibles 2 for a long time because they just didn't have any ideas. They weren't prepared to do it if it wasn't going to be as good as the first. And thankfully they waited. I mean, yes, it was a long wait. It was 14 years worth of waiting, but we got the second one and it was just as good as the first one, near enough. I still think the first one is slightly better, but the second one is close, very close. So with the third, I hope they come up with a good villain as well. I mean, the Screenslaver, interesting idea, but the fact that it's a twist, the whole twist villain thing doesn't really work. It does detract a little bit. Although, I still think her motivations make sense. I'll put it that way. Although the name was a complete giveaway. Evelyn Endeavor. Evil Endeavor. Not hard to work out. I didn't see the Lion King prequel trailer. No, I've seen other trailers of it. I think I might have actually seen a trailer for it in the cinema the other day. But yeah, I'd like to think they'll keep some of the kids' actors. I mean, well, they recast Dash for the second movie, so they'll probably have to recast him again for the third movie. Violet's actress, potentially, because she's not actually a kid. Violet's voice actress is older. So who knows? Yeah, Jack Jack Attack is a great short film. That's on Disney Plus if you want to go and see it. But yeah, what are your thoughts? I mean, there's not much to say at this point. It's still very early days. It's just been basically announced. So I don't imagine we're going to get many updates at this moment in time. Probably not until maybe next year, I would say. So I think for now we can just wait and see. I mean, they haven't even put the IMDb page up yet. So but what do you think of this update? Please comment down below. Let me know. I'm super excited for this. And I really hope Michael Giacchino comes back for that soundtrack, because the soundtrack for the Incredibles movies is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So, yeah. Yes. But thank you for watching. And until next time, see ya.